Hey, how you doing? Kobe Khan here. Today it's a little long. The episode is about 10 minutes, but I go into extreme detail on two types of closed guard passes that I really like to use. I did a bunch of extra production. I added a picture-in-picture in there so you can see from all angles. It's really useful. I hope you get something out of it. And it's Canada Day, so happy Canada Day, everyone. Woot woot.
Paul's gonna wrap his hips around mine, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna kind of employ that where I'm gonna try and keep my elbows in as tight as possible. This is what I want to see. I kind of want to if we look at it this way. So just put your foot on my hip. So see if I can animate a line right about here. So I kind of want to imagine there's a line here. This here is kind of like a safe zone. And anything past here is like a danger zone.
Seriously, Lana, call Kenny Loggins because you're in the danger zone.
My elbow just right on that equator line, right? So I'm keeping my hands here. So you move, scooch back, forward, I mean. See how I'm always going to be here? Same equator applies here. So this here is the line. I kind of want to stay in between here and here. That's the area that's safe for me. So I'm always going to kind of just put my arm in that area. So if I'm out here, I'm susceptible to attacks, which we're going to talk about. But the main thing is that I want to be in this position and I want to be holding on to Paul's hips here. That's kind of locking him down. Now what I want to do is I'm going to lean my elbow here and I'm going to just try and start digging that into that imaginary safe zone. And as I do that, one of two things are going to happen. One, either this hip is going to lift up and that's going to fall to the ground like this, which is fine, or he's just going to have super flexibility. He's going to be able to do the splits, in which case we have two entries. So let's scooch back. I'm going to be kind of just digging my elbow in here and I'm going to be steering it to the bottom, just kind of guiding him to the side. And as I do that, you'll notice that my legs here, I'm off balance, so I'm going to bring this leg in and now I'm kind of squared up again, okay? That's an important detail. But you'll notice that I don't let go of my elbow. My elbow is on that knee joint, and I'm just kind of leaving it here, right? And I'm keeping this arm to check for that leg here. So if he lifts his leg up, tries to pass, I'm gonna block it. So I'm just kind of blocking this, and now I'm kind of leaving myself an opening to go through here, which I can, at this point, notice that my foot is always gonna be up on my toes there. So I'm always going to be kind of just connecting a wall here. So if he lifts his arm back up, his leg tries to pass my arm, just try and put it in front of me. I'm going to try and just kind of lock that if he's trying to get your leg around me. So again, Paul doesn't really know much about jiu-jitsu, so we're just going to try and keep it as basic as possible. And this part really hurts, so I'm going to try my best to not hurt Paul right now because this is a demo, but you can see that I'm just gonna crush his leg there. Fuckers! Now that's me supporting my weight.
Ah, dude!
And it's not good. It really hurts. So that's gonna be me just keeping tight like this, and I'm just gonna basically drop my knee to the mat, just keeping this leg, so putting all my weight on the leg. For the demonstration purposes, because I don't want to hurt Paul, I'm just going to put I'm going to support a lot of my own weight, but bear in mind that in a competition, I want to be square. I want to be supporting my knees pretty much on this butt cheek. My shin is going to be trying to be by his knee here. My arm is going to be up like this, and I'm just going to try and keep this tight as I slide across. Putting my hand here, switching my feet, which I'll show you in a second. Just so if you look now, my foot is hooking his knee. Where before, this foot was controlling it, right? So I'm going to switch my leg to this leg. But the way I'm doing it is I'm doing it in a way that his leg doesn't have a chance to open up. So my foot is hooked here, and then I'm gonna hook it before I let go. And see how now my feet are touching? And then if I come this way, you can see that my foot's there. So as I pivot, you can see that my foot is now hooking his knee, and I'm still in half guard. Still got a lot of pressure, supporting a lot of my weight, but you're gonna see Paul's face as I, so that's the face that we should be looking at. I'm also keeping my hand on his hip here, as I then, at this point and this point only, when I get my hand securing the 4 points of side control, I'm going to let go of my leg control. So that's when I'm gonna lift up, putting my knee here and here. So we got 4 points of control that I want to put. And now you can see there's a lot of space between us here. I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is drop my hips as far as I can by spreading my knees apart and then just putting my chest on his. I want my elbow basically just be here, right? So I'm basically controlling a couple of points on Paul. Now, this is a basic side control. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Most of the guard attacks that we talk about are going to be derived from this baiting area that I'm in. I'm very safe here, right? So, like I said, if I start shearing my hand here, I put him in a very baiting position because he's going to want to get this underneath and go for a triangle, which we'll talk about in a second. This here, at this point, if this happens, so his leg is up here, past where this is going to start attacking my carotid. I'm going to be doing a little video on the blood choke triangle so you can understand what I'm talking about. This is going to be pressing against my carotid, and my shoulder is going to be putting up against the other. So what he would be doing is he ideally wants me in like this, right? Ideally, that's what he wants. He'll be linking his feet together, and we'll talk about the triangle in detail, but this is what he wants. See how my elbow is past that? It's in that zone, that danger zone. And this is the safe zone. So as long as I'm here, right? And he's gone past my arm, I can attack the other side. So as he does that, I'm just gonna shear my leg down here, doing the same thing, except this time, I'm gonna take this hand and I'm gonna just basically hug my arm right here on Paul's hip. And then my leg here is right here. So you can see that my knee is gonna be here and I'm gonna be touching it with my knee. So everything's tight, right? And I'm keeping this arm here. So now Paul's trying to try and move and he's kind of locked. But I'm gonna then put my lean forward, which is gonna give me enough weight to put on my right foot here. So I'm able to put weight on this foot as this leg now, like, good? Okay. So this foot now I can move this hand. As I then, and I would be putting a lot more weight, but I'm gonna try, just release this for a second so Paul doesn't die. Even that's pretty bad.
Oh, fuck, that's too much. That's really bad. That really hurts. You gotta reduce that. Oh, God. All right, that's more sustainable.
The gentle art, ladies and gentlemen.
We're a real bummer.
So you can see that this isn't very good for Paul, and this would all happen in like 2 seconds. It's painful to watch it slow. So now I had this, but at this point, I'm going to be able to turn my body so I no longer have that grip. I'm still got my foot hooked, as you can see. And what I'm gonna do, basically, just pull my shoulder off as I punch with my chest, bringing this hand here. As I do, that removes this hook, and he no longer has that control of my leg. So, as I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my back hip, kicking this leg out. So, my hip came down, I still got control of that foot, right? And my leg here is just gonna be close to my butt, so I have stance, right? Now at this point, I can let go of this foot, and I can rise this knee here gonna go back to his armpit, and this knee is gonna go here. And then this hand is gonna go here, and this is gonna go back. So by doing that, I'm gonna bring this like that. So I'll do a little switch, and then I'm gonna drop this knee here. We'll bring my other knee back. Okay? Now I've got that pass. So just a couple of passes that I like to use.